I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait.
Hi and welcome back to YouTube Buddy Rideshare channel. Today's Wednesday and the time is 8 o'clock. I'm out early today because I'm doing a challenge. Today I'm going to try and do the full 10-hour drive time restrictions on Uber. Now I'm going to come out at 8. I'm going to try and target to be finished by 8 p.m. tonight, so that's 12 hours. May go on longer, depending on how busy it is. But there's going to be no... I'm not cherry picking... Well, I am cherry picking, but not as much as I normally do. Normally on a 6-hour shift, I'll do about 3.5 hours actual drive time. I need to do a lot higher percentage drive time today if I'm going to finish this side of midnight. So the only restrictions I'm putting in place, the only cherry picking I'm going to be doing is my minimum fares. So that's £4.50 normal time and £10 minimum fare during peak rush hour time. Apart from that, I'm not restricting my destinations. I'm going to go where Uber takes me. I'm not going to prioritise Newport, so if it takes me to Cardiff, it keeps me in Cardiff, that's where I'll go. Up to 10 hours. And I'm waiting for that ping to come up and say no more drive time. So that's it for today. It's 8 o'clock. Let's switch on the app and let's get moving and see how much we can make. Now 10 hours, if I can do it in 12 hours, I'm targeting £250 for today. Anything less than that and it's not great. If it takes me 14 hours to do, I'll be looking for £280, so about £20 an hour online time, not drive time. I don't work with drive time. I work on the time that I'll come out to work. So if it takes me 14 hours to do 10-hour drive time, I'm looking for £20 an hour on 14 hours. So we've started. And let's see where we go. Well, straight away, this isn't looking too promising. There's not a lot of traffic on the road for 8 o'clock. I'd expect a whole lot more than this. Although we do have the tail end of Storm Henk. So we've still got a little bit of rain. Most of it came in overnight. Last night was atrocious. Made some good money yesterday. But last night the weather was atrocious. Road conditions were pretty bad. But today looks like it's just going to be wet and miserable. The bulk of the storm's finished. Just waiting for customers to come in now. Well, there's not a lot of traffic at all for 8 o'clock. There's no surge anywhere, so I'm just going to sort of work my way up towards the railway station and we'll hang around there. I don't know if the schools are back yet. I think they went back yesterday, but I'm not 100% sure. So it may be that it's next week. And that could explain why the roads are so quiet, because there's no schools. Right, there we go, our first one. Not a good one, £5.85. But it's a pick-up 5 mile away in Cumbran. But we're just confirming if I'm the closest match. No, I didn't get that one. Didn't expect it to, really. But keeping myself active on active time is what it's all about today. Yeah, well, I've been out, it's 18:19 now, 8:19. So I've been out 20 minutes and not a peep apart from that one job I didn't get. I never rate morning rush hours much, really. It never seems to be busy whenever I come out. I tend to quite like my afternoons and afternoon rush hour. It tends to be a lot busier then. But we'll stick it out and wait for our first job of the day. Yeah, for me, this is one of the problems of coming out too early when there's no work. Been almost half an hour now and nothing. And once you go about half an hour of dead time of sitting around doing nothing, it's very hard then to earn enough to bring your average hourly rate up. Far better not to come out at all, sit at home, have a cup of coffee, do a bit of reading or whatever you want to do, than come out and sit around doing nothing, because you're just wasting time. But hopefully It might pick up. I'd have thought it'd be busier than this with the rain. Maybe some people are still on holiday. I don't know. But there's not many people around at all for rush hour. Maybe I should have done a different. I should have done a different challenge today and waited for things to pick up a bit. It is after Christmas, after New Year. Wait to see what happens. Okay, we've just got our first job come in. It's 8:28, 28 minutes, and it's £8.29 job from Newport to just outside Newport. Right, so did that first job from Malpass to Cumbrain, then I did a follow-on job in Cumbrain, just a couple of drops locally. That was £7 something. So total, it's 9:02, and I've got 16:14 on the clock. So I'm just going to park up here at Morrison's for 10 and 15 minutes to see if a job comes through. If not, I'll head over to Newport. But drive time, what's drive time? An hour. I've done 36 minutes drive time in an hour. Yikes. At that rate, it's going to take me almost 20 hours to do my 10-hour shift. Let's hope it picks up a bit. Well, there's not much happening here today, or at the moment, so what I might do is, I think, what I'll do is just take a drive round the railway station, see if there's anything around there, then go up past Lantana and Grange Hospital, and head into Newport. Just take a gentle ride round just in case something in Newport or Pontypool come up. So something in Cumbrain, particularly at hospital, might come up. Or maybe even Pontypool. So let's just take a small leisurely drive around and try and see if there's any business anywhere. Because this isn't looking great. Well, it's 9:20. And I'm on my way back to Newport. Nothing happening in Cumbrain at all. Nobody down at the railway station. Hospital looks fairly quiet. So let's see if we can pick something up back in the Newport. But it's all dead mileage and it's all time which isn't contributing towards my active time. Yeah, we've just had a trip from Newport on Trip Radar coming. Not worth doing. One, it's 4.02 pence for the trip, below my 450, and it's also 4.1 miles away. So add on the 1.2 miles of the job, that's 6 miles for £4. Nah. The only thing that's worthwhile running for a job like that is that it pushes up your holiday pay, because your holiday pay is taken from the time you accept the job to the time you drop off. So when you do these long runs for jobs, it all helps towards pushing up your holiday pay. But apart from that, there's no point in doing them. Maybe next year when minimum wage goes up, then you'll get a little bit of a minimum wage top up. But really the only thing it contributes towards is your holiday pay. Yeah, Newport's just come onto the map on my screen and it's currently in surge. So hopefully there's a £19 job. Let's try and match that. Let's just wait for the Trip Radar to come through. Yep, got it. Godfrey Road. Don't know where it's going to. I just know it's a £19 job and it's only 2.5 miles away. Okay, that £19 job brought me out to Cardiff. So it's now 10:02. Been out for 2 hours. I've got 35.93 on the clock, so that's not too bad, considering how quiet it's been. And 1:16 out of those 2 hours. Still looking like I'm going to have to do 20 hours and they're not going to do that. So whether I'm going to make this challenge or not, I don't know. I'm having my doubts. But I am in Cardiff, so things might pick up a bit now. But I'm going to have to do a damn sight better than this if I'm going to do 10 hours. There's not a lot happening on the map, according to Uber, in Cardiff. There's a bit of a surge out towards St Mellon's Way. So I've put home on my destinations, mainly to give me a route out to Cardiff, because I don't know Cardiff that well. And we'll see what happens as we head out, if we get any jobs or not. I must admit, I wouldn't mind maybe taking a stop fairly soon at McDonald's. One for the loo, but two to get coffee. Could do being woken up a little bit. I'm not normally used to getting out at this time of the morning. Yeah, you can tell how quiet things are. I mean, normally this part of Cardiff is just teeming with students. But of course the students aren't back until next week, and we're paying the price for it. Hopefully next week, towards the end of next week, as the students come back, things will be kicking off again. But I've never seen Cardiff so quiet mid-morning. I wonder how much the tail end of the storm has interfered with business. Wow, now that is something which has never happened to me before. Driving all the way from central Cardiff out to the Eastern Avenue Island without getting a ping. Normally it would be pinging. Well, look, oops, just got one coming 0.9 mile away. Take that, 522. Let's see if we can get it before I come off the island. Let's go. So where we go to? This is a problem. I don't know Cardiff, so I don't know what route to take to get to these places. It's one of the reasons why I try and prioritise Newport, and get sent out too far from Newport. I'll switch the app off and get back into Newport. I know where I'm going. Out this way, I don't have to follow the sat-nav. But today, I'm desperately trying to get up to 10 hours. So let's do this, get this. It's only a local trip, 522. So let's get it done. Right, that was a very simple, straightforward trip down to the castle again. So I'm back in the centre of Cardiff, sort of working my way back out. There's nothing going on in Cardiff surge-wise, which is strange, but as I said before, no students. Makes things very quiet this way. The thing with Cardiff is that it's got 3 big universities and 2 quite major colleges, like the Performing Arts College and the Music College and the Oratory and stuff like that. So it's a very youth-orientated and student-orientated city. And when they go, you really do notice a difference. It's not just UK students. There's a lot of foreign students come here, particularly Chinese students. And when they go, you know about it. Yeah, I've just picked up another job from the Heath Hospital, the antenatal unit, £6.46. It's about 1.2 miles away, so let's head back over to Heath Hospital and get this passenger picked up and taken home. Right, that was a quick job from the Heath Hospital down to Cathays. £6.49. It's 10 to 11, so I've been out almost 3 hours. 49.61 on the clock, and I've had 1 hour 45 minutes drive time. I'm not going to do this 10 hours, not today. If I was constantly hitting £20-25 an hour, then I would. I'd be motivated to stay out. But I'm only doing about £15 an hour, 15, maybe £17 an hour. Not really motivated, not to stick it out. But we'll see what happens later on. I'm now need to head back for a quick visit to the loo. I definitely need a coffee. So we'll take a short 15-minute, 20-minute break once we get out to a McDonald's. But 1 hour 45 minutes off pretty much 3 hours online time. Yeah, it's going to take me 10 hours, 20 hours. 20 hours to do my 10-hour drive time. I've never been online that long, and I don't plan on starting it today. Just had a job ping up on me. £3.30, no good to me, below my £4.50 minimum pay, minimum job level. So let's carry on heading back towards a McDonald's. Right, so I've just made it to the Asda McDonald's at Dufferin, and it's 11:15. Had nothing really since about 10:30, well, 11:15. It's that quiet time now until about 1 o'clock, 1:30 when it picks up. So it's a good time to go and grab some lunch, have a coffee, go to the loo, and basically just stretch my legs. Because it's 3 hours I've been sat down now. And for health reasons, you really need to be stretching legs every couple of hours or so. So now's a good time to do it. So he's hoping for a better afternoon post-brunch. Okay, so it's just gone up to 12 o'clock. I've had a coffee and a burger for lunch. App's still on. 4 hours out, and I've got £49.61 on the clock. Basically working for about £12.50 an hour before my expenses. Take off my £7 an hour expenses, and I'm working for about £5 an hour. Not great. And I think this also shows, I mean, I've been out for 4 hours, but I've only done 1 hour 45 active time. So Uber would say I'm probably earning about 25 to £28 an hour. Reality is I'm only making £5 an hour because they only class waiting time. So what I find is, if it's really busy during a busy time, and I come out my normal 2 o'clock through to late, I'd say about 60% of my time, to 60 to 75% on a very busy day, 75% of my time will be active. On a standard day, about 60% of my time will be active. But that's because I have no dead periods. Now, if you come out in the morning from about 10:30 to 12:30, it's a dead period. And that means you could be as low as 40% of your time will be active, and 60% of your time will be sat around doing nothing. So that can really impact on your earnings. I mean, at the moment it's 1:45 out of 4 hours to probably about 60% of my time this morning has been dead time with no work, and I'm sat around waiting for Uber to give me work. So that's why real earnings after expenses and after you take into your working online time has been about £6 an hour this morning. And Uber would claim £28 an hour, £49.61 in 1 hour 45. Probably over £30 an hour they'd claim. And you do nothing like it. So you've got to watch out for that. But that includes £4 in tips, so it's £41 for £45 really. But that's it. We're just sat around waiting now for next job. I don't think I'm going to do my 10 hours today. not with it being this quiet, I'm not going to sit out 20, 22, 24 hours to get my 10 hours work time. I might not even be able to do 10 hours online time before the clock starts again. So we'll see what happens. Okay, just picked up a job. It's 12:15. Going from Malpass, top end of Malpass, down to Cardiff for £15. So I'm just on the motorway now, coming from Duffin up to Malpass, and then we'll get this job done. Right, that was a £14 job and a couple of pound tip from St Joseph's Hospital out to Velindre Way. So that was a nice little one. So now I'm in Cardiff, or on the edge of Cardiff. So hopefully I might pick something up. I mean, time-wise, it's 10 to 1. So it's beginning now to get into that busy period. So we might pick something up out this way. Right, we've just picked up a 5:32 job. It's 0.6 mile away, so fairly close by. And we're running for that 5:50 job, so it's okay. Let's get this one done. So that was a trip up to the Heath Hospital for 5 out of 5:50. So, do I wait around here for a possible trip? Because I've done a couple out of here this morning. Or do I head on to Eastern Avenue and head back to Newport? Not quite sure. Let's head back to Newport. Oh, 2 miles away, 466. Go on. We are trying to earn some money today, so let's see if we can get that one.
Enter the roundabout and take the third exit.
Oh, rider cancelled. I think we might head back to Newport. Oh, no, I've just been matched. No, I haven't. App's playing up something rotten today. Okay, so time is just gone 1 o'clock. And I've got £71.40 on the clock in 5 hours. 5 hours online time. But Uber would say I've only been working 2.5 hours. 2 hours 30. So they'd probably say I've been earning about 30 quid an hour. No. But I honestly, I've been out 5 hours and I've only got 2.5 hours active time. There is no way am I going to do my 10 hours today. No way at all, really. But we'll see. I'll work it up until 8 tonight, and that'll give me 12 hours online time, and we'll see how many hours active time we've done in that 12 hours. Okay, so I've just picked up a £6.60 job. It's about 2.3 miles away, but we are trying to rack up this active time, so I've taken it, and we're heading out that way now. £6.60 job. Well, that was a trip out to the docks for, was it £6, something like that? Let's have a quick look at £10 it came to, because we had to wait for a ship to go past. So got an increase in earnings while we waited 20 minutes almost for the ship, because they had to draw up a bridge or move a bridge, and we got held up in traffic. So, quite a big place, Cardiff docks. Not too bad at all. So, at the moment, it's 2 o'clock. So we've been out, 2 o'clock? 6 hours. I've got £83.15 on the clock. And my active driving hours is 3 hours 15. So I'm running at about 50% of my online time is active time, and about 50, well, just under 50% is dead time, doing nothing, waiting for work. So there you go. Let's find our way out of the docks and hopefully pick up something soon, because we are in Cardiff. That was a £8.51 job from Rumney up to the Heath Hospital. So that takes me up to currently on £91.66, and I'm looking at heading back down now towards Newport. And I can see a great big stain on the window on the video. So excuse the dirty car. I will clean it up. I just picked up a job from Marshfield, which is about 4 miles away, for £12.90. So that's probably going to Cardiff, I should imagine. But let's get out. It's moving. It's very slow today. I'm definitely not going to do my 10-hour challenge today. I'm going to run out of time. I really am. There's no way am I going to be working 20 hours non-stop to do 10 hours of active time. Okay, so that was a trip from Marshfields down to the centre of Newport. So now I'm in Newport, just as the traffic's building up. It's 4:15 and I've £104.28 on the clock. So that's almost 8 hours I've been online. Just wait for the traffic to move out, and then I'll have a quick look at how many active hours I've done. But I suppose really I should have done this challenge at a busier time. So I might try to do it again when the students are back and when people's got a bit more money. But in 8 hours I've done 4 hours 12 minutes online time. So to do that 10 hours is going to take me at least 20 hours. Yeah, I'll cut it today at 8 o'clock on 12 hours and we'll do some figures then. But at the moment, it's 104.28. Well, I've just got a local job, just go swing around the island, pick up at the National Express bus station. Only a local one, £4.58. But I'm practically on the other side of the road anyway, so it won't take long to do this one. Well, so that's just a quick shoot round the corner really, from the riverside down to Corporation Road. So I'm heading back towards town now, see if we can pick something else up. Okay, just had a job coming, £7.65 I think it was, £7.60, something like that. 1.4 miles away, over in Somerton, so let's head over that way. Okay, so that was a job from Alway up to about Midday along the Malpass Road, and I've got a follow-on job for £8 picking up at the Grange in Cumbran. So that's only about 3 miles from where I am, so I'll shoot down the dual carriage road to the Grange and get this £8 job sorted. That was a trip down from the hospital to the bus station in Newport, and now I've got a follow-on job. It's about a mile away, down Chepstow Road, and that's for £6.60 I think. But things are beginning to get a little bit slower now. It's 10 to 5 and the traffic has started to build up. Well, that was a straightforward one. Magley, well, just dropped off at Magley from Midday, so £6.60 for that. And I got £6.30 to pick up at the railway station for £6.30. Railway station's about 2 miles away, but it's going into town, so should avoid most of the traffic for this next job. Well, that's a very quick, simple, easy £6.60 or £6.30 from the railway station to just the other side of the river. Now I'm waiting for myself to ping because there's bright reds and blues all around me as Newport goes into surge. But it is the middle of rush hour, so let's see if we can pick anything up. I just picked up another £5.45 job from the railway station. It's fairly local if it's £5.45. Okay, that was railway station down to the new Lysart village for about £5.45, I think it was, something like that. So it's 10 to 6. So I'm just coming up to 10 hours on shift, and I've got 143.83 in the clock. So I'm turning over £14.38 an hour before I take my expenses off. Now my expenses roughly work out at about £7 an hour. So I'm working for £7.38 an hour today. Of course, that's not what Uber would say, because as far as Uber are concerned, you don't have expenses, and you also only get paid for online time. You only get paid for active time, driving time, and not online time. And I've so far done 6 hours, 2 minutes. So 6 hours, 2 minutes. If I'm 143, according to Uber, I'm earning over £20 an hour. But we'll do a final tally up as soon as I've completed my 12-hour shift.
Turn right on
I've just picked up a job from the railway station to Cardiff for £19. So that should be a nice helpful boost to the income. And it shouldn't be too bad in Cardiff. It's 5 to 6. So traffic may be just dying down. So that was a handy trip to Cathays from the railway station. According to the passenger, there's lots of delays and cancellations today. Now I don't know when that started, but normally if there's problems with the railways, I'll get a trip or two out to Bristol or a little bit further, but nothing's come through today. So maybe it's just started. Evidently it's flooded lines, so it could be anywhere really. But I'm going to try and head back towards Newport and see what we can pick up. Well, I'm coming down City Road and just been pinged with a job out to Bridgend from about 0.7 mile away. But I'm sorry, it's 6:30. Hour and a half. Could probably just about do that up to 8 o'clock. But I am shattered. I'm hungry. I want to go to the loo. I really don't want to have a job out to Bridgend at this time of night. Especially when I've got my destinations filter set for Newport. But I think we can all agree that destinations do not work in Uber. In fact, you're much more likely to be sent in the opposite direction than you are in the direction you want to go. And I've got my destination set again to Newport. Hopefully we might get there this time. But thinking about it, I think I said £1.5p a mile job out to Bridgend. I don't think they were paying that much. £25 to Bridgend. I bet you that's only about 80p a mile. Gotta be. Bridgend. Gotta be 30 mile.
Turn right on Planet M Road.
1181 just come through. Going to from this side of Cardiff to the opposite side of Cardiff to where I want to go to. Not good destinations, aren't. Yeah, I'm getting quite a bit of work coming through, but it's all going in exactly the opposite direction to the way I want to go, and exactly the opposite direction to the destinations I set back home. And I'm thinking to myself, one of the benefits of going platinum on the pro scheme, apart from working yourself into the ground and getting £350 bonus, you get an extra destination. And I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck do I want an extra destination when the two I've already got don't work? So not particularly a benefit at all. Yeah, the only jobs Uber are sending me at the moment are jobs going back into the centre of Cardiff. And I'm coming down, I've been out almost 11 hours now. I don't want to go back to Cardiff. I want to go back into Newport. Don't know why destinations don't work. How do they work for you? They just don't work for me. There's absolutely no point in doing a destination, which is why I tend to turn off the app and just go into Waze to take me home, and then I'll turn the app back on once I get home. Has anybody ever got destinations to work for them? Be interesting to know. Just picked up a local job from the local Asda for £5.25. So the time's now 7:10. So I might get a couple of more little local trips in before we cut it today at 8 o'clock. Okay, so I think I've just taken my last job here. It's half a mile away, and it's going into Cardiff for just over £18. It's 7:30. So by the time I've done that job and come back, it's going to be about 8:15, maybe 8:30. So this is going to be my last job. And then when I get back, we'll do a roundup of earnings. But it's not good. Well, that was a crazy day. I'm back. I've had something to eat and something to drink now. Feeling a lot better. But overall, so we did 12 hours. It was actually about 8:20 when I got back. We'll call it 12 hours from 8 till 8. Total, £188.10. So how much do you think, or how much would Uber say I earned? Now, 3 weekly total. Today's drive time was 7 hours, 26 minutes, so 7.5 hours. I wasn't going to do the full 10 hours. For me to do that extra 2.5 hours, it took me way past 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just not prepared to sit in the car and drive for 18 hours, an 18-hour shift to do 10 hours. Because you're basically working on a percentage of 60% working hours and 40% downtime today. Okay, today was a little bit quiet because it's the first Wednesday of the year, really. No schools, no students, no nothing like that, so it's a little bit quiet, as you would expect. But let's do a calculation as to what Uber would say I earned as a driver. So let's have a look at that. Open up the calculator. So let's put together the calculator. It has £188 divided by 7.5 equals. So according doing it Uber's way, today as a driver, I had an income of £25.06 an hour. £25.06. Of course, Uber only takes into account active hours, not on shift hours, and they don't think drivers have any expenses. So they think £25.06 is what I would have earned today. Not quite the £30 an hour that's claimed, but like I say, it's a Wednesday after Christmas and New Year, so it's a very quiet Wednesday. So, what do you think I actually believe I earned? So, we have £188, which is what I took. Now, my costs on average on a day would be about £50 £54. But I'm going to add on an extra £5 for petrol because it's been such a long day. So I'm going to subtract 59, giving me 129. Now divide that by 12, the number of hours I worked. £10.75 an hour. But that includes my holiday pay. So take off 10% of that, which is a holiday. And I actually earned £9.67. That's what I think I earned. That's how much money I have in my pocket, £9.67 an hour, after doing 12 hours shift. I don't know what you think it would be. Do you go with the Uber £25 an hour? Or do you go with the £9.67 an hour? That's actually not too bad considering we're on a Wednesday after Christmas and New Year. But it's not minimum wage. And that's what you're going to look at if you're going to join in Uber. Take Uber claimed earnings with a big pinch of salt, because they only count active driving hours and they don't believe you have any expenses. So a real more realistic figure is that £9.76. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time, safe driving.